All right, I think that'll do it. Stream is holding stable. Let's do this, boyos. Hello, SC Videos. Yes, I cannot be bothered to give myself a custom screensaver. But we're gonna new gamer. We're not hardcore, but we're not game journalists, so we're going on normal difficulty. Thanks for thanking me. Still just... Wait, we can't really show cinematics because copyright, so we're gonna skip. No, I'm good. I can't be bothered. It's not like a lack of finding a good one.
That's nothing, Adam. Just some of the research. Look, we really have to go.
Megan's sketch. Oh, I should have turned on... Did I turn on director's commentary? Because there's some cool stuff. Like, I never realized it, but during the elevator scene, Pritchard is overtly ogling Megan's butt.
There's something I should know about this place, about Sarah.
Oh, baby.
We're still getting biochemical fluctuations across the artificial flow cells.
I like to do Stealthy Predator. Although, I do intentionally just massacre gangbanger territory because that makes it a lot easier to complete the otherwise really hard quest involving helping your old cop buddy traffic arms.
I know why Declan's readings are off.
Too many peptides?
I'm thinking the glial tissue breakdown we noticed after dressing in the repressive protein might be the cause. If we had
This is unskippable, and I wasn't really planning on playing this until I realized the best way to help get the third Jensen game to be made was just to stream it. But we're still gonna, like we voted earlier, we're going to stream Bioshock 2 on Sundays. But we're putting Kenshi on pause, and we're streaming the Deus Ex games, and hopefully just, even if I generate a minute amount of buzz, we are, as the Tumblr people say, manifesting the third Jensen Deus Ex game.
Ah, Dr. Reed. This is General O'Neill.
Dr. Sevchenko was telling me you've made progress on the Typhoon.
Yes, thanks to Vasily, actually.
This is mouse and keyboard. It's just really smooth because this is like an on-rail segment. You know, I kind of wish there was a way to skip the prologue because we could be doing some sneaking. Hey, Sidgwin.
Impressive. How soon till it's ready?
I'm afraid
I want us.
But Vasily has all the details.
Oh, space pauses too.
Of course.
You're right. The teacher would just love having one of those things.
You're missing the point. Defense contracts keep us afloat.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'm not even sure how you do that aside from just running past them and trying to do takedowns.
Dave's talked about it for years.
Yeah, he is a talker.
I don't know if they fixed that. This is the director's cut.
I admit it, Adam. A part of you likes him.
I like everyone, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, right.
Another interesting thing that, because I was stupid and did not turn director's commentary on, the original intention for this game was, like, you see early in the game, there's a lot of shots of Adam Jensen being, like, viewed through security cameras. Originally, the game was supposed to take place from the point of view of Eliza Kassan, but that proved to be a little too time-consuming, so they cut that idea.
Never got around to that. Sorry.
Me too. About a lot of things. Adam, there's something
Aw, snap, it's Pritchard.
Good evening.
Pritchard.
So, are we all ready for the trip?
There's Farida. I'd better hurry. See what
Come on.
Sure.
Get into the good stuff.
Did I interrupt something, Jensen?
You fixed that firewall yet?
You don't fix an entire firewall. You find the loophole and plug it.
Then did you plug it?
Yes, I did. Want to know how? Oh, wait, I forgot.
Ex-cop. I doubt you'd understand.
Ex-SWAT, and you'd be surprised.
I don't know where it is, but some channel
Christina.
they did a gameplay commentary where they got Adam Jensen's voice actor Elias Defexis to commentate along and just say joke things.
Go right in, Adam. He's waiting.
This is the newest and encrypted GPL trackers.
Come on, let me play the game. Look at me, I'm emulating Marvel's shaky cam because I just want to play the game.
In Washington, by my side. Man doesn't jump for anyone. He's a Nobel Prize winner.
Senators love this guy, Lyle. The hearings will go much smoother with him there.
It's still insane that, like, there was 800 people watching me make the Zoogarita
Protection Services takes over.
and suffer with me through the Avengers game.
All she has to do is show him her research. She explain it to you.
Not really into the whole science thing, boss.
The bathroom joke comes from something called the Deus Ex Malkavian mod, which is something that's directly going to be referenced in the Deus Ex video.
Unlock the potential that exists within our own DNA. It's safer and easier than anything.
For a period of time, there was going to be a joke video that I did because I couldn't, like, record gameplay while I was moving.
All lab chiefs.
That,
report in.
We better not take any chances.
I was originally going to read a bunch of Deus Ex fan fiction because I couldn't do the Deus Ex video. But after I found out that fan fiction authors be a little crazy,
Someone to shut off the damn.
I backed off on that a bit because the last thing I need is like a spurious copyright claim for me reading a story. I don't even need to listen to the cutscene. I know what the code is.
Pritchard, where's Megan? She reported in yet?
Her GPL implant shows her moving through.
That's a bold statement when Deus Ex Invisible War and The Fall exist.
Serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
Oh, even better, the PC port of The Fall. Let's take a tablet game and let's put it on PC, but not fix it.
Pritchard.
Yeah, you know what? If you're actually cool with me reading your Deus Ex fanfic in a somewhat joking manner, if enough people are down for that, I'll still make the video. Just especially, like, I watched the Lindsay Ellis video about the Omegaverse shit. That's a dead body. Oh, he's not a dead body. It's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with these people. Oh, that's some violence. Yeet! Oh, I bought and installed Deus Ex Go on my phone because I was thinking about doing like an encompassing series video, like the Deus Ex Go, but I never got around to playing it. But from what the reviews say, is like it's not terrible. It's kind of obviously just Hitman Go skinned over for Deus Ex. But it could be worse. What is... Am I really forgetting right now how to lean on the wall? It's been so long since I played this damn game. Oh, I guess we aren't even in combat yet. That guy's... Yeah, he's dead. Sup? I also believe you have infinite ammo in this segment, because I've shot a lot in this part of the game before, just out of boredom, and I never run out. Oh, it's Q! Thank you! Thank you so much! Do you mind? Oh! I didn't know it's even possible to die in this part! Oh, God! I failed you, Jensen. That was embarrassing. Oh, there's a checkpoint. Cool. Wait, Q is not doing... I'm gonna just... Options, controls, keyboard. What the f... Okay. You know what? If that's gonna do it, that's gonna do it. Hey! I think it's because right now I'm a normal-ass human, so, like, bullets actually hurt me. Shit, did we get that third guy? Let's carefully figure... Oh, yeah, we got him. Aussie boy's doing fine, just taking a little nappy in his tree. Get the fuck out. Oh, we tagged her. Alright, one more. Unupgraded guns. You'd think the head of security would have, like, a customized assault rifle. But no, we got the default gun with the default recoil. Alright, time to skip a cinematic. Bye. I'd say it's Polina Fedorova, I forget how you spell her name. Leggy girl that turns invisible.
It's David. You in the building?
Just enter the lobby.
Sorry to put you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Oh no, wait, Milwaukee.
Frank's
Red
on the
Letter
second
Media is
floor
in
of the tech
trouble.
lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
We gotta save Mr. Plinkett. How else will we get the Rise of Skywalker review?
About time. What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Richard
Francis.
breaking the fourth wall.
Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably. Of course, it might seem. Looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused.
Normally we would let
Your
Plinkett
retinal
die,
display
but
should be fine now.
the reason we keep
Its
him alive is
recognition
because
software
whatever
won't
comes
pick up
after him will be
hostiles
far
yet,
worse and will
but
bring
you
about
should
an
be
end to
seeing
society.
radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Oh, that's another thing that, because I was a dummy and forgot to turn on,
I know.
the
Radicals
dev
broke
commentary.
into our manufacturing plant and
Like,
taken
even the devs
hostages.
thought that, like, the gold-yellow filter was a little much. So, as a joke, they put a bunch of, yellow paint cans around, like,
Why
certain
no,
maps.
Jensen? I don't
Like,
have a
somebody
problem.
painted everything,
If
like,
anything,
yellow.
I blame myself.
The mighty Pritchard blaming himself. That's gotta be a first.
I'm the one who told Sarif we needed a physical security team to protect us. If he'd read my report closely enough.
Wait a second. Are you saying it was you?
Yeah,
me?
that's
Not you, Jensen.
a big
I
mystery.
want
Like, there
Deus,
is a novel that
Charlatan,
doesn't say
or
too
Belgium.
much. I need to actually
All the
read
top
that.
private security
But something I
contractors
really
were on
wanted
my
to
list.
do
But Sarif
was
wanted
I
somebody
wanted to make a
in-house.
complete timeline of Deus
And so
Ex
did Dr.
video, like I did with the Bioshock video. But the issue is there is this massive hole
suggest
in the
we get
plot
out of this.
where the
Why?
third Jensen game would
It's no
go.
secret how close the two of
So
you
a
are.
lot of stuff just
And
isn't
let's
tied
face it,
together.
You'd just been fired from SWAT for that massacre in Mexican town. No one was about to hire you.
You really have to stop getting your news from those Picus blogs, Francis. They only confuse you.
The point is, if Sarif had
Yeah.
listened to me, we wouldn't be having
That's
this
the real
conversation.
reason why
Megan,
he got all
God,
those augments.
always
Before
did have
getting
size.
enhanced limbs
Sarah
that
seems
make
to
him
be
taller,
getting
Jensen was a
performance
manlet.
in the workplace if you keep this up. You really feel like continuing?
point.
He could bench press like twice his weight, but he was only like 5'2". Then they gave him cyber legs that made him tall, just like in Gattaca. This is director's cut. Like, I have sank so many hours in this game between, like, original and director's cut.
I'll you to the helipad.
Almost there.
Good. Because SWAT's about to turn this
But
into
it's been a while since I've been able to
nightmare.
play this, and part of the reason why I'm streaming it, on top of trying to, like, raise as much awareness of the series as possible, is
Welcome back,
this is a nice
Jensen.
excuse to play
Didn't
it.
think we'd see you around here for a while yet.
You know how it goes, Malik. Duty calls.
Don't I know it? I was in my wingsuit halfway to the top of the Renaissance Center when I got the 911. But you, 6 months is a hell of a short time to come back from the dead. You sure you're ready for this?
How far am I in?
Roger that.
I have
The
played
boss is
this game
already
like
on board,
20
arguing
some
with the
times. I
DPD's
think we're gonna go
tactics
3 hours
team.
tops
We
today.
got the plant surrounded, but Mr. Seraph wants you to go in first.
But Malik
all
is a
set
perfect
here?
little cinnamon
The sooner
roll,
we
and
take
we
off, the better it will
absolutely
be for
must
everyone.
save her when the time comes.
I'm ready.
Great. Then let's get airborne.
Also, fun fact that some people forgot since the demo, like way back in the day. But if you spend too much time digging around in this part of the game, you'll get a message from David Seraph telling you that, yeah, all the hostages died because you took too long to so much to show up on the scene. So, fuck you, buddy. I believe Mexican Town is like an actual area in Detroit. I've never been to Detroit, but kind of like how Los Angeles has like Koreatown and Chinatown.
I told Farida to put us down on a roof.
Wait,
I
that
don't
shake
want
my
the cops
head
seeing you go in.
confuses me, but thank
As long
you.
as she pulls you out the minute I'm gone. So what am I looking at here? Who are these guys?
Pro-human purists, or so they say. The same purists who've been firebombing limb clinics all over the country.
You buy that?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence.
Oh,
that
hey, Dr.
yesterday,
Strange, you're
only
back.
hours after
You were at the
we moved
premiere,
the
too.
Typhoon in for
We had
assembly line
800
fire.
friggin' people
Typhoon?
watching me whine about
Megan's team
Avengers.
was testing it the day that bastard. Who's on point for these guys?
Adam,
Wait, how is that video doing?
I know you and Megan were once...
Who is on point for these guys?
Goes by the name of Sanders.
Oh shit,
That's
it's
him
been
there.
4
He's an
hours
Ugman,
and the
Adam.
video's almost at
Can't be one
10,000
of the
views.
mercs
That's
who attacked
good.
us.
It's like,
But he
oh,
did
not a
look
pie,
back
thank
how to
you.
Get inside our plant.
All right. So how do you want me to handle this?
First priority is the
Oh,
Typhoon.
by the way, I don't know if you were
Squad
there for it or not, but I
security.
finally found a plastic
As far as rules
surgeon
of engagement
in
go,
Kenshi,
I'll
and there's a
refer
character
you.
named after you.
Lethal or non-lethal?
I know we get the pistol very early on. I'm gonna take non-lethal in range because that's the easiest way to get
I'm
the
not
trank
looking
gun.
to start a firefight in there. Just neutralize them.
Okay. But just
Because
make sure the
otherwise,
bastards
it
don't
takes
wake up and
forever
warn
to
your
get the trank
friends.
gun in game.
You remember
and,
what it's like in there? A lot of tight enclosed hallways.
It's a
But
pain.
the labs themselves are pretty open. High ceilings. So, do you want something you can use from a distance? Or up close?
Screw the.
Give me something with distance.
It's
If I get
like
too close. I'll take them
the
up close.
taser you can get early
Just
mid-game
try
just
not to
because like a
break
taser is a
anything
reasonable
expensive.
thing to expect an average
Typhoon should
schmo
be
to
the
have.
factoring labs, but Pritchard will tell you more as you
But
go in.
the trank gun, I
I've got 'em
think
running
you
comms.
unless you pick it up
Rifle.
now, you can't get the
Anything
trank
else?
gun until
Keep
like.
your eyes open for hostages.
late
Free 'em if you
Angsha.
can. Typhoon is your number one
And if you get it
priority.
now,
We developed it for the Alpha
oh yeah, I've
agencies.
watched pretty much all of
If we don't
Ross's
deliver
videos.
it to them intact and still a
Ross
secret,
is one of my major
well,
inspirations for making
I'm
the
sure
videos.
you'll
Like I
get
say,
the
my
job
primary
done right.
inspiration was Total Biscuit,
Gentlemen,
but
prepare for landing.
like I remember watching Freeman's Mind when I was in high school, and that was just the best thing ever. Oh, he also did those civil protection machinimas before he did Freeman's Mind. That was cool. Yeah. Ross is the hero of undiscovered games defender of, or defending the people from, what is it, toxic mold. How has that happened to him more than once? Like, usually after the first time you get toxic mold, you're, like, aware enough of it where you can kind of avoid the situation. But at the same time, I believe that, like, maybe it was a shitty landlord. Oh, there's a trank gun in FEMA camp? Yeah, well, you learn something new every day. Max.
You ready to go in? Good.
Dude, his head just snapped. Wait, do we have any... I forget if they give us any points to spend at the beginning. Oh, no, we don't. That's probably,
Tell me you're the guy we've been twiddling our thumbs waiting for.
because that's the hard thing is,
Jensen. Yeah.
unless you, like, cheat or something or use pre-order bonuses or, like, elaborately kill everyone in the map, I don't think you can get the social enhancer for the social boss battle against the terrorist guy.
Feel like getting in there and doing whatever it is your boss wants you to do? Because maybe then we can do our job.
You look pretty dug in up here. What's the react team plan?
We got Alpha as point and Bravo as wing, both standing by to breach the target. We're coordinating.
I believe Malik is sort of in Mankind Divided. There's a Easter egg where if you go around Jensen's new apartment, and if you know that Jensen loves his breakfast cereal, if you look in one of the cereal boxes, there'll be a prize inside the cereal box, which is a model of the helicopter, the vertibird, whatever you got in Deus Ex Human Revolution, with a note from Malik.
Before someone snatched her cell. She said the hostages are being held in an office near the assembly labs.
Makes sense.
Oh boy, that's some good company to be kept in. You know, I'd love to work with Mandalore again, like I did in the Star Citizen video. But I know that, like, we're all very busy people.
Intel on these purists. How much you got?
I should at least reach out to him and see if he's doing okay. These are trying times. I've never heard of that.
The leader's name is Sanders, right?
The Sullius Project.
What's his story?
Zeke Sanders. We're running background on him now. Looks like he fought 2 tours in the Gulf. One of them on a recycled military bill.
You mean he's augmented? Seraph told me he's not.
He used to be augmented. Says his Augs made him do evil shit, so he ripped him out.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, it wouldn't make any sense if Farida was still, like, taxiing you around, because Farida works for Seraph Industries. And you now work for TF-29.
Wouldn't want to make your
so it'd be a little odd if, like, you were still being chaperoned by your same person from Private Industries. Yeah, and Chicane is kind of a dick.
You got a choice.
But, like, he kind of grows on you after a while, especially when, like, he stops the dickishness when he finds out that, like, you almost actually died. It's like, I used to be, before I was really big,
Richard, where are you?
I spent... Oh, these are the yellow paint cans I was talking about earlier. These were left in as a joke by the developers. Like, how, oh, the game is so yellow. Someone must have painted the whole world yellow. So, especially in the first level, in certain parts of, like, Hangsha, there's a bunch of, like, yellow paint cans just laying around. Yeah, even though it's a 1-bedroom, I love an apartment like Adam's, where it's like, it's a 1-bedroom, but you have this huge open area. Like, right now, I'm sitting in, like, a 2-bedroom, where, like, we have a smallish living room, and then 2, like, I guess, modestly sized bedrooms. And one of the bedrooms has been repurposed into my office. Oh, shit.
I see you. Go get me.
Takedown time. Did he alert his bros? I was so enamored in talking about this game. Oh, cripes. He sees me. This is going off the rails so fast. I don't want to kill you guys. I swear, I don't want to do the violence, but here we are. Please. Please, I'm sure you have families. I need to eat snacks because I'm out of power. Oh yeah, that's like the first thing you do because, like, there's stuff that helps you get world building. Oh god, we screwed the pooch on this so hard. Hey, I did not kill him, thank you very much. Don't go around shouting that guy's dead. I'm trying to be non-lethal against you guys because you aren't like deep state war criminals. You guys are just misguided idiots. What are you even shooting at? You can't even see me. Oh, it is? All of you just calm down. And I'm gonna steal your stuff. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do the speech check with the... I don't want to say soy boy. The depressed man at the front desk. If you just do the social boss battle with the depressed man at the front desk, you can pretty easily... let's do what we were supposed to do before we got caught by that one guy. You jump up here, and because now they give the pre-order bonus to everyone... Oh, I can actually go back and loot this area because I accidentally had to fight everyone here. And you pick up the sniper rifle. And this was supposed to be stealth, but I got so interested in talking with chat that I did a big dummy doo-doo move. My cat's name is Frisk, and yes, that is an Undertale reference. Sniper rifle should be here. And also we get like some IEDs. Pistol should be 1. Trank gun shall be 2 for now. Sniper shall be 3. And snack bars are 4. And I don't think we need pills right now. That's funny, because like literally everyone else disagreed, since like it somehow has a better score than the original
It'll be
game.
in my report next time we discuss security loopholes.
Oh, goody. I'll be sure to take notes. The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an elevator just past...
I'm gonna save scum here. Oh cool, my old playthrough is still safe.
Got it.
Okay, I know these dudes are gonna show up any second. See if I can remember how to do this. Because you gotta kill them in a certain order, otherwise they're gonna notice if their bros are down. And then the game's afoot. Yeah, I think it... You first. Then you. Then third guy. Then you. Then you. Oh, one of them got a shot off. Please don't do that. That's rude. But we got them all. Almost perfectly. But the guy, I was a little slow and the last guy saw them. Or saw me. Yeah, whatever. Can't win them all. I can't get a crap load of... Ooh, trank dart. What, are we like picking the dart off him? Wait, is there a guy here? Who saw us? I thought I got everyone. Yeah, I'm picking up stun gun. Oh wait, these are stun gun darts, not trank darts. Why do these guys have stun gun rounds on them? Alright, we gotta creep in. I don't remember there being like a... Oh wait, he's over here. Oh, it's this guy in here somehow. Maybe he heard the commotion. Oh, the patroller must have heard us. and you can't do the forward creep in this one. All right, do we go for it? No, we want to do the Augs because we can't ask for it. You must be maximum Aug at all times. And wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, his buddy's walking away. Hey, I got a secret for you. The secret is violence. Not a clean hit, but we got him. Dude, he had alcohol on him. Yes, these are my medicine. Yeah, I talked about this in earlier streams, but like based on the big InSim video, one of the big mistakes I made was not clarifying that I did look into Prey 2006 and what happened to Prey 2. But the reason why I highly glossed over it was because all the information around Prey 2 and Human Head versus Bethesda, it's all sketchy at best. Like, when you actually read the emails that got quote-unquote leaked, they seem like they're either extremely taken out of context or meant to be deliberately misleading. And I couldn't, in good faith, like, present facts based on that. So while I'm sure that somebody was wronged in that whole scenario, it's just whoever was wronged, like, it's very nebulous. And I feel vindicated about my actions there, because it later came out that Human Head was doing really sketchy shit. And I believe their lawsuit is still... Why did I not immediately get him? I'm not hostile. That there's an ongoing lawsuit because they... I believe it was Ragnarok Studios they were working with, where just right as the game was about to release, they disbanded Human Head Studio and then reformed as a new studio under Bethesda and refused to do any QA support for the game, like after launch. And Ragnarok even alleges that they tried to upload their own version of the game to, concussion grenade, to the Epic storefront. So I do feel vindicated. Like, I'll totally, like, take it on the chin for all those people like, oh, you're so filled with inaccuracies. Well, yeah, because there's inaccurate information out there. But the point is, like, I feel super vindicated after all that came out about intentionally glossing over the Prey 2 thing. I know there's, like, nothing in these lockers, but it's like doing it. But yeah, especially after all that stuff happened between Human Head and Ragnarok Entertainment, like, I definitely believe that, like, Ragnarok
Jensen,
was not an angel
I just tried to
themselves.
unlock the assembly lab door, but my override codes aren't
And I don't know
working.
why
Someone's changed
the person,
protocol.
whoever leaked
What?
those emails,
Didn't you plug the...
I'm
it
on
really
But
did
I'm
seem
sure
like they
I
had an
find
axe to
this
grind,
particular
because when you
region
read the
fixes
emails, they
you'll
all
have to
seem
hack the door
extremely out of
manually.
context.
Pritchard out.
Like, the only one that's really in context is Colantonio saying, please stop leaking emails. You're, like, it seems like you're intentionally trying to, like, rile up game journalists. Let's see how I fuck this up.
Access granted.
Kind of based on the post-credit scene or like the end scene, I think that Prey 2017 was like a self-contained story. Like, there's nothing really to do after that. It kind of seems like that was like an apocalyptic scenario. Oh boy, this part. This guy here, he's like freaking out like, I don't want to go to prison for this. It's like, dude, you've already are participating in a terrorist action. You're going to prison.
Shut up, J-Ro. Trevor, you gotta calm down.
Okay, we got to do this very carefully.
Help me find something to cover him up with.
I'm telling you, man, these hands of lovers deserve what's...
Quickly now.
Try me now.
Then we get you, because you're still... I botched this. I botched it bad, guys. That did not go as planned, but even though I just made a save, I'm not save scumming. Dude, I got him right in the dingus. You weren't even in full cover. Wait, if I hit him in the armor, does it not take him down? Because some of these guys are tanking the trank shots. Holy, what is this glass made out of? Oh, that one missed. That missed. I have no one to blame but myself. Okay, I keep hitting that guy in the back there. Okay, I have hit that guy in the head 3 times. I guess I just gotta go do this up close and personal. Brace yourself for the violence.
I'm going to get you, asshole. I see you, bro. You hiding?
Hey, why don't you come over here? Why don't you come over here? Why don't you come over here? Oh, you beautiful babe. I'll put you to bed. But seriously, I got that guy in the head 3 times with the trank gun. Oh, I'm full? Is my inventory full? You were up that. We can sell those later. It's my favorite part of Deus Ex games. Wait, what if? What if? What if? What if? Gotta move. Where'd that SMG go? Cool. Not even really gonna use the SMG. I just kind of want one so that I can pick up ammo for it and sell. Don't want that. Oh, and is this where the hostages are? Okay, I know how to do this one. But I'm gonna save anyway.
Do not use the door.
Don't kill us!
Universal device deactivated. Countdown terminated.
Somebody!
There we go.
Pritchard, get word to Seraph. I found the hostages.
I'm relaying good news, I hope.
You don't have to do all that sneaky stuff. You can just, if you shoot out the
prototype.
poison tanks, they'll never mix and they'll be rendered inert. All right, you get your voices.
Listen up. I need you all to stay calm, keep your voices down, and wait here for SWAT. The plant's not clear yet.
Not clear, but those terrorists, they've got my wife.
Your wife?
She's the manager here. Josie Thorpe. They said they needed her to open the administration building. They were looking for evidence of some kind. Please, I haven't seen her since. You have to find her.
I'll do my best. But right now, I
Oh,
need you all
baby,
to stay
4
here
hours and
wait
30
for the
minutes,
police.
and
Can you do
the
that?
Avengers
Yes,
video's
of
at
course.
10,000. That's a record for me.
Please, hurry.
You said they were looking for evidence? What kind of evidence?
I don't know. They're purists. They think the body is sacred and shouldn't be tampered with. They probably want something that will implement
that's...
some moral
I actually do
wrongdoing.
have... Because I bought a new processor, I got a code for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But when I tried to put in the code, it said, like, the code had expired. It's like, why would that code expire when I got the code before the game even came
Now
out?
that they're backed into a corner,
And as for Watch Dogs, I couldn't be bothered. Okay, is everybody cool here? Are you good?
That was too close.
Are you
They were going
good?
to kill us.
Is everybody okay? No bedtime stories needed? People say my voice is soothing, which I find strange. What, y'all want me to read you bedtime stories? Instead of paying $70 a year or whatever for the Calm app, I'll just read a fucking bedtime story for you. A story about when Eggman made a Twitter call out. Making a call out post on twitter.com. Oh yeah, because we're up here. Wait, this is where we just were. I was like, wait, do we get to skip this whole area? Yeah, it's like Ubisoft. It's like since Assassin's Creed, all their games have been roughly the same formula. Like, I even pointed that out in the crew that, like, they accidentally made an Assassin's Creed racing game. I'm kind of worried now. I keep on, like, getting paranoid about, am I accidentally going to skip the Praxis that's, like, literally just sitting in front of, like, a hallway? Wait, I think it's here. Oh, there might be dudes here. So we can't shoot this because, or shoot the guy, because it's going to immediately notice that there's a dead body. Or a body that totally hasn't received brain damage because of head trauma. So what we got to do is wait for this guy to come close. I forget if he comes close enough. Knock him out while the security camera's looking away. Right about now. And then drag him away before security notices. No, 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 no. Come here. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. You're gonna stay here. And we did it. We're good. We're clear. Oh, that's the other security camera. I forget if that one's static or not. No, this is where we were before. Again. You just... I swear, it's something about streaming games that makes you, like, just instantly bad at them.
This shit ain't right. Coming in here to dig up shit is one thing, but to take innocent people hostage?
Keep it down, man. No one's taking anyone hostage.
So why do we lock them workers up in Assembly Room 1? To make them feel comfy?
Don't get smart. Let's just wait for Zeke's orders.
All I'm saying is I ain't trying to shoot up any...
Hey! Give you a little kissy kiss on the cheek there. It's nap time. Look at this dude! Look at this dude! I think we gave him brain damage. See what that pocket secretary said?
I doubt I need to remind you folks.
What do we have in our inventory right now? Because we're pretty much at...
This is the second time the biotechnology firm has been attacked. The first time, 6 months ago, on the eve of controversial hearings set to scrutinize the company's research. With those
Alright. Wait, did I need to do something real quick. I'm sorry if this affects you guys. Everybody enjoy that default Windows screensaver for a second. I gotta pay my bills, guys. Okay, fixed it. I have practiced that move a lot. It takes a bit to do.
For tonight, this is Eliza Cassan reporting
Lore has been... Yeah, I would not be surprised if Cyberpunk, like... What do you mean inventory full? I just want the ammo for it.
They're still not saying much about the situation, but sources tell me that a militant...
I would not be surprised if it comes out that, like, Cyberpunk ends up being, like, a lot like basically Grand Theft Auto with a Cyberpunk coat of paint and a bit of first-person, first-person stuff. And I'm on the fence about making that video about how, like, we really should stop being excited for Cyberpunk 2077 because at this point, nothing but heartbreak can come. You know what? If you want to do that, SC Videos, thank you for the donation, by the way. I'll totally accept it. Like, as long, because, I've just never been super into, like, looking for wallpaper. I don't know why. It's like, it's not that I don't like wallpapers. It's just like, I'm very much of the mind that, it's just whatever. Yeah, people have already applied a Messiah complex to Cyberpunk 2077, and that is not a healthy outlook to have.
What's he looking for? Proof that these fuckers are lying to us, I guess. Just like Zeke said.
I hope Zeke knows what he's doing.
Me too, man. Me too.
One of the guys in my Discord, like, got genuinely bamboozled. Somebody made a joke Cyberpunk account that announced that, like, yeah, Cyberpunk's delayed indefinitely. And I feel bad for him just because, like, it's 2020. People have, like, grown to expect this kind of shit. I'm just gonna get a little present. They're suspicious. Dude just got a trank dart in his eye hole. Yeah, I'd be sus too. Now we can slip in here. There's a lot of good prizes. Like a grenade. I'm not going lethal just yet. But, there we go. I don't want to use the pistol yet because it doesn't have a silencer. Yeah, it's kind of becoming evident that, like, they won't ever admit it, but especially after reading the transcript of that, that one shareholder meeting, it's feeling very evident that, CD Projekt Red, they let the development run away from them. Like, there was a point where everything was under control, but that point has clearly been breached. Like, now they don't, everything's gone to feature creep and they don't know what to prune because everything is likely so heavily intertwined with other features that it's going to be glaringly obvious if the feature is taken out. So they just don't know what to do. So they got to keep developing and developing while continuing to soak up lots of bad press because now it's very obvious that they're making their devs crunch for months on end. Despite the fact that they made a big show of, like, after Rockstar got busted for that stuff, like, oh, we're not going to do that. And then they immediately, as soon as, like, it became convenient, they did that. So now they're soaking up tons of bad press. I'm going to spy. Did I get him in time? Don't notice he's falling down. Don't notice it. Don't notice. Good. You. Did I get him? I got him. One more guy to get. It's you. Ah, crap. I missed. But he still didn't notice that his buddies have been fucking nap-timed. There we go. Oh, cool. Thank you, Kenneth. The Kitty Snack Fund. Yes, that is an important thing. I get waking up a lot at 4 a.m. to increase the kitty snacks. But now we're almost out of trank darts. And there's a dude rooting around the storage here. We gotta be careful. We're gonna come up real quiet like and tell him a little secret.
Have complete access.
The secret was pain. No, Demetrius got it right. I looked into this too. It's like it's on the Wikipedia page, and then the Wikipedia page is cited with an interview with Spectre. But basically, Deus Ex was originally called Troubleshooter and was a very cyberspacey game. But Warren Spector's wife, Caroline, was watching a lot of X-Files. And that eventually creeped into Deus Ex's game design. And Troubleshooter became Deus Ex and was kind of made the better for it. And this was like right when like all the good seasons of X-Files was airing. So like they had plenty of like good inspiration. Okay, I'm hoping I have not missed the free praxis. My Discord, I didn't put it in the Avengers video, but pretty much if you go to the video before, wait, no, not that video, but the video before that one, the Golden Light video, it's in there because I did a giveaway. Oh, there's a praxis. Give me the praxis. I don't think I'm going to use it yet. No, I'm going to buy this because you need this. Yeah. You know, in hindsight, that's kind of an unhealthy view to have, especially in today's day and age. There's a lot of issues with like people like believing every conspiracy theory out there to the point of where they find elaborate reasons to deny like the truth or refuse to acknowledge stuff like Occam's razor. Like, I know this is going to rile up like a small percentage of you, but like the fact that Alex Jones is as famous as he is kind of a sign of a failure on our own society's behalf, that like we've lost the ability to like reason. And like we're willing to like believe fantastical things if it fits our worldview. Oh wow, the hacker, oh there he is. Hey guy. You're gonna kill yourself in like 30 seconds, but it's not gonna be you killing yourself. It's gonna be a guy takes control of your brain and makes you shoot yourself in the head. Thank you, Bear Lou. And it's gonna be real unfortunate, but you're gonna advance the plot for us. Oh yeah, we gotta skip cutscenes in case of copyright.
Adam, it's David. You got the Typhoon?
Yeah, but you were right about.
Oh, he's got a whole box of snack bars. We must have that. Oh, and that's what I should have got. I should have grabbed, I should have grabbed... You even have ammo for this? Because I'm picking this up because you can silence it. But you know what? I'm going to drop it because I'm just going to pick up the assault rifle later. Because there's literally assault rifles laying around in Adam Jensen's apartment. That's just the kind of guy he is.
More behind this, because I've also got a dead purist in here with some pretty interesting cerebral implants.
Don't touch him. We'll need an expert to recover his neural hub, in case it's booby-trapped.
Copy that. What about Sanders?
SWAT's pressure me to let
Yeah,
them
that's the
off
thing. It's like,
leash.
despite all his
Find them before
crazy
they
conspiracy
do,
theories
and deal with them.
and talking about how it's like a deep state, it's like for someone who's so afraid of like powerful forces absolutely controlling your entire life, he is very receptive to the idea of like a fascist state. It's like, that's not deep state anymore. That's like if the deep state came out of hiding and decided, you don't know, we're overtly going to control you and like push our agendas on you. Well, that's the kicker. It's like people originally listened to him as a joke, but if you keep on joking like that for too long, you're eventually going to start taking it seriously without realizing it. I think it was Voltaire that said, like, be careful who you imitate because you're eventually going to become them. Wait, I'm backtracking by accident. It's like, I'd like to believe that it's a performance, but if it is a performance, there'd be some part of like the so-called actor that would eventually realize, yes, I have a very good thing going, but I need to stop because I've created a monster. Wait, you didn't see me? You did not see me, Mr. Turret Gun. You definitely did not see me. Hey, what's this? And honestly, I think the whole, it's an elaborate performance. Like, that was just primarily brought up because he was going to lose custody of his kids, which at this point, like, with all the insane stuff he's spitting, I don't want to say, because, like, that's a genuinely traumatic thing to have, like, your kids forcibly taken from you. But if that's how you're going to act, like, maybe you should take the loss of custody of your children as a wake-up call that you need to reorganize your life because you've now come to the point where, like, a court of law is like, yeah, you are not safe around children. Like, if your excuse for, like, why you can't remember the name of the therapist your children have to see because of your insane ravings is that you ate a big bowl of chili before you went to court, it's like, dude, I get food hungry too, like a food coma. But, like, I don't forget who my doctor is because I ate a big bowl of chili. I think I just went in a big circle. What? You're not going to see anything. You're going to see this wall and like it. Do I go through this vent? Is that genuinely where I'm supposed to go? Oh, and that's another good point to bring up, Sentient Uwu. The internet is a big echo chamber. Like, best example is Reddit. Like, I had to quit Reddit early in this year because, like, especially as coronavirus got bad, like, the echo chamber and, like, the conspiratorial positing just, like, reached a fever pitch. I am so enamored in talking with the chat. Oops. I just walked into a flashbang. That, like, I knew I had to distance myself from it because it was a toxic environment. It was already a toxic environment. Like, the mental gymnastics people go through, like, trying to get around the fact that they just hate women, is astounding. And, oh, this is it. I think this is the social boss battle where you can't have the social enhancer, so I'm going to save. Or just echo chambers in general. It's always an unsafe thing. Like, Tumblr was a bad echo chamber for a while, but ironically, in the Fastian bargain, when Yahoo bought Tumblr and they banned all the porn, all the toxic people left Tumblr because, like, the one thing that sated them, which is their drawn pornography of questionably aged characters, was no longer on Tumblr. So they left. And they took their toxic mindset to Twitter, and that's like the social media equivalent of mixing alcohol and painkillers, because the toxicity of, like, the so-called Tumblrinas mixed with the constant clout chasing of Twitter, like saying and doing anything to get them retweets and to get Twitter famous, turned into, like, the friggin', what is it? The mustard gas of social media, where it's just so toxic that anyone exposed to it for more than a few seconds is harmed. Actually, no, like, if you get exposed to mustard gas for, like, a few moments at all, you're screwed. In fact, I think that's what happened to Hitler. That, like, he very briefly got tagged by mustard gas during World War I, and that kind of set him on the path. What do I know, though?
This is Eliza Cassan reporting to you live from Picus.
You know, back in the old internet, back when 4chan and Tumblr were constantly at it, there was a beautiful duality and irony between Tumblr, the predominantly female area, and, like, Reddit and 4chan, the predominantly male areas. Both were really vehemently finding mental gymnastics, like finding excuses to hate the other sex because they thought they were evil, they thought they were subversive, blah, blah, blah. But both of them were so undeniably horny, and they'd never admit it. And there was just tension between the two of us, like some anime BS. Oh yeah, that's the secret truth. Yeah. The real truth about why all those awful things happened in the early 20th century is Hitler was rejected in art school And then when forced with the decision of becoming a psychotic fascist dictator and drawing people's personas, he chose the former. Oh god, we're doing exactly what I was talking about earlier. We're joking about this insane shit, and we're eventually going to believe it. If anything, World War I is directly, like, at fault for World War II. Because if we didn't do World War I, if we could keep our shit together, World War II would have never happened. And if anything, I have no sympathy for, like, any of the leaders involved in World War I. Because especially, like, the Civil War was in living memory of World War I. So people should have known that, like, when you have new technology, you do not keep the old battle tactics, because thousands upon thousands of people will die using old battle tactics against new technology. You know, that's the new asinine fan canon, is that all the atrocities of World War II would have never happened, and Nazism and fascism would have never been a thing if Hitler had just swallowed his pride and made his living drawing world leader personas in the 1920s. Oh god, I can't believe it. All this shit. All this for a running gag to keep yarn going. This is tricky because I blew all my darts. My thoughts on Biden are, you know what? The bar has been set so low that all I really want out of the next 4 years is a presidency that's similar to the previous one, in a sense that we aren't having a massive scandal every week. Like, I just want the whole world to calm the fuck down for like 30 minutes. Not everything needs to be a battle for the soul of America. Oh, we could do Pathologic for a stream. In fact, I might put that up to the vote. Is on Sundays, we're going through all the MSims, and Saturdays, it's just like because I put the Avengers video out, we're doing Deus Ex. But that might be the next choice. After we finish Bioshock 2 Minerva's Den, I'll put the vote to be, do we do Pathologic 2, or do we do Prey 2017? Here. But yeah, it's like, at this point, no matter what happens the next 4 years, like, because we don't have somebody that's like, say what you want about Trump, but he thrives on controversy and riling up like everyone. Like, that's how he gets his base energized, and that's also how he disorganized his opposition, was he just kept saying and doing inflammatory shit. Oh god, I needed these. And people just went for it. He's like the perfect troll. Because people weren't arguing with him. Like, yeah, so many people like were dunking on him on Twitter or whatever. But boo fucking who? You're living like in a studio apartment with 3 roommates working a minimum wage job. And he is literally in the Oval Office. No matter how spicy of a zinger you throw at the president, he's still the president and you're still some schmo on Twitter. But then when his fan base came in, like his constituency, and started arguing, that is the perfect troll. Somebody who gets people arguing with each other instead of arguing with him. That's why a lot of the so-called alt-right trolling was supremely ineffective, because people weren't arguing amongst themselves, they were arguing with the so-called alt-right trolls. Which, at least that's a saving grace for this time, is that the alt-right has fizzled out. Like, after the events of Charlotte in North Carolina, or Charlottesville, I forget the name of it, it's like, that's the one saving grace, is those dudes backed off. Like, yeah, you see the Proud Boys in public every now and again, but they're a meme. It's like they try to be all dapper and well groomed, but like all of them look like this is the first time they left the basement in 5 years, and they just happen to pick up like a magazine that still had that hipster lumbersexual fashion, like from 2015. Like, that's something. Oh, Charlottesville. Thank you, Scatterbrain. I think this might be too below the belt, but in the Doom revisitation video, because I am sometime next year, probably on the 1-year anniversary of Doom Eternal, I'm going to make my revisitation video where I get good by drinking the Mountain Dew Code Red Elixir. But one of the major points I'm going to bring up in the Doom Eternal revisitation video is that there seems to be a subculture of gaming YouTube that all they do is vehemently defend and shout down anyone that criticizes Doom or id Software, to the point where like they're unflinchingly like screaming at anyone that has any criticism of Doom Eternal, to the point where I saw this one guy, and he's in my recommendeds now because I watched the video, but he made an entire like angry rant because some game journalist had the gall to give Doom Eternal's DLC a 7 out of 10. It's like, this is why people make fun of gamers. Please stop this. And the other thing I noticed, like, this guy is not the only person that's doing this, is that in the Doom Eternal Defender tube, which is what I'm going to call it, there is a lot of chin strap. Like, I don't know if they're, like, scared of growing a full beard, or if they can't grow a beard, like, on their face. But one of the thoughts I had for this video, which would probably get me in a lot of trouble, is if I stop the video and do a tutorial on proper facial hair grooming. Because it's all like the first guy I saw, it wasn't so bad, but there's a lot of like really nappy facial hair in the Doom Eternal scene. It's like, dudes, a beard comb, like, you don't even need an actual beard comb. You can like buy like one of those little mini pocket combs, and that can be your designated beard comb. And like one ounce vial of like oil for facial hair, because you can't use conditioner on facial hair because it's too coarse, that will last you 6 months, even with a big beard like mine. Well, mine isn't a big beard, it's a full beard. But the point is, like, in order to properly clean and groom a beard and not look like some like Proud Boy loser, it's so minimalistic. Like, all you got to do is, like, once you're out of the shower, after you brush your teeth and your, like, facial hair is still a little wet, you put in the oil, and then you brush it for a minute. And that's all you need to do to maintain a beard. Yet some folks just aren't capable of doing that. And it kind of disturbs me, because if you're too lazy to do that, what else are you too lazy to do? And I guess in the more refined opinions about Doom Eternal, it's like, yes, I get that Doom Eternal isn't meant to be about the story, but the issue with that is that Doom Eternal's story gets in the way of the gameplay. And like, that's going back to that whole like, story in a video game is supposed to be like story in a porno. Like, you expect it to be there, but it doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, we expect a certain framing to be in our media, like a framing of a plot. But like for stuff like video games and pornographic movies, we don't expect breadcrumbs from like whatever establishing scene to come back in like the third act. It's like, it should, once we've established a story, we should get it out of the way and never talk about it again. And the issue was that Doom Eternal's story kept coming back up, and you kept on having to be stopped to take in story, which sometimes, like, there's literally a level in Doom Eternal that's nothing but walking around and picking up text documents, like, so that they can fill plot. I only bring up that one quote because that's literally the quote the Doom developers brought up about story and Doom, like in video games. And people keep on bringing that up. But like, also, big tip, if you're going to like try and grow a beard, is that even as you're growing it, just do a little, like a couple drops of the oil after your shower. And that's going to make it not so coarse, and it's not going to be all itchy and uncomfortable. And that's how you get through that that initial phrase of like, it's so itchy. It's like all my old coworkers were like ninnies because they couldn't get past the stubble. And here I am, like, I'm ready to like be sitting in a trailer, like pulling shotguns on people getting on my property.
You know I can't let you go with her.
Stand down, Hanser. I told you, stand down or this bitch is dead.
Bullshit. You're bigger than that. You don't kill civilians.
Damn right. I'm a decorated
But yeah, it's like,
and I won't be jerked around.
that's again the issue is like Doom's story is overdone. And you know what? I'd be okay with that if I could just ignore the story, but like not just the level where you pick up text documents, but where you have to like in that one level right before you fight the Marauder for the first time, you have to stop whatever you're doing and sit there and like listen to the audio logs that are on terminals for some reason. And it's so ironic because audio logs in video games were invented for you to take in the story as you were playing and not be stopped by having to listen to someone talk. You could just like listen to an audio diary as you explore the level. But Doom somehow manages to accomplish the opposite of what those were invented for. And that's mind-boggling to me because id Software has been in business for longer than I have been alive. And the fact that like they heavily wined and dined YouTubers before the launch of Doom Eternal shows that they know what they're doing. So how did they screw the pooch on that one? It's like, were they too prideful to call up, say, Warren Spector or any of the Ion Storm crew or people that worked on System Shock and say, hey, how do you do like audio diaries again? We're trying to make sure that our story doesn't get in the way of the video game.
Priorities will shift, and all you'll accomplish is getting yourself killed.
I know all that, damn it.
I have no idea if I'm going to be able to save Josie. I'm not even paying attention to my things. I just know, don't humble him and alternate between reasoning and empathize. Oh no, did I botch it? Oh yeah, it's empathize.
Honor than the man who betrayed you. You're not going to let your brother down like this. The hacker was expecting civilians to be in the
I think I did it right.
You were supposed to take hostages and force the cops to silence you permanently. But you're smarter than he is.
It's so obvious. I can't believe I didn't see it till now.
Yeah, the best case scenario, I think we've won,
Just lead me to my death?
is you let him go through speech dialogue and make sure he frees Josie. And then because you let him go, he escapes and lives. And if he lives, he helps you out later on in the game.
I've got as much interest in finding out who's really behind this as you do, Cabron.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll owe you one. But I promise you this. Someone's gonna pay.
Gonna keep looking until I find you. Adam, what's happening? What's your situation? Adam!
Sanders is gone, boss. But I'm pretty sure he's just a dupe. Somebody else set this up.
Damn it. Okay, I want you back here now. The admin building has a rooftop terrace.
Oh, cool. We got to practice. Oh, wait. That counts as ghosts? Like 3 people saw us. That is not ghosts. Yeah, that's the other. I was like, in their like revisitation video, I'll totally like tell them like, yeah, I'm looking the other way at multiplayer because first-person shooters, like unless they're built for multiplayer, they have infamously bad multiplayer.
I don't know what to say.
So it's like, I don't care.
You're a true hero, man. I'll find some way to repay this, I swear.
There's no need for that. I was just doing my job.
Don't be modest.
But yeah, I am I guess Deus Ex, like, as long as you,
And I know you weren't supposed to be back at work yet.
as long as you're never actually seen,
I'll be in touch.
that counts as ghost. And maybe, like, before you get into the factory, that doesn't count as, detection. Because if you guys remember from early in the stream, we botched it really bad.
And not just the men in suits.
That's what they pay me for.
No. They pay you to put corporate interests ahead of people. You found a way to satisfy everyone.
Jacob Maria.
Dr. Reed was
Oh,
telling the
by the
truth
way,
about
fancy seeing you here.
What are you talking
But that's
about?
interesting because
Before you were fired,
this was made by
you said
French
that people
Canadians.
were lying about Mexican Town. That you weren't fired from the force. You quit when you realized Protect and Serve had become Protect and Serve the corporate interest. Nice to see she was right. You ready to go?
Yeah, we've done everything here.
Your wish is my command. Climb in.
Yeah, Devin. Deus Ex is like Dishonored in the way that like you approach your work as you see fit. You get upgrades and stuff. Although I will say that Deus Ex is more combat and speech focused, whereas Dishonored is very much stealth focused. They're both what's called immersive sims. Oh, Jacob, it's cool. It's like everyone's got their own thing. And like nobody's obligated to support me. Oh, I can skip this?
New
Cool.
orders just in, Jensen. The boss wants Pritchard to examine the Typhoon ASAP.
Copy that. Thanks for the lift.
No problem.
It's like if you decide to sub again when your money's
Jensen,
better, that's totally cool,
I
but
just
like
wanted to
nobody
say,
owes me
New
patronage,
look
and
suits
like
you. Like
the
you
more I
haven't
get, the
missed a beat at
better.
all.
Thanks.
Like I'm at a point to where
How's it
like I get
feel?
a decent chunk of change,
augmented.
and the anti-sponsorships are
Don't
really
take it the wrong
driving
way.
patronage.
I mean, I've got a few neuro
And now that I've got the
myself,
streams, even though
great
like
ones to help me fly
YouTube
better.
takes a crap
But I
load
chose
of
to
your
get
Steam
things granted.
donations,
You didn't.
but I'd probably be
Now
getting
that you had a
much
chance
less
to
by
try 'em
Twitch
out,
because
what
if
do you
I
think?
go to Twitch, I start all over again.
You're
Like
right.
I start
didn't
from
just
zero.
get augmented. And I still don't
Because
know if
I
would
never
have
built
if
up
given the
other
choice.
platforms. I just stayed
But today felt
strictly
good.
on YouTube.
Surprisingly
Because as I
Dr.
was
Reed said
coming
you'd
up
take to
in
them.
like the YouTube
Said it was
community,
in your genes.
this was when
Just be
people were
careful,
really starting to
okay?
clamp down
A
on
lot
like
of people think there's a reason they
buzzing
use
the
a
search
lot of
rankings of other
technology over
platforms
time.
on their
I didn't
platforms
pay
because
you for the type
obviously
who gets caught up
Twitter
in
doesn't want you
metaphysical
clicking away to
debates,
YouTube.
Malik.
I'm not.
Twitter wants you to stay on
Judging
Twitter.
myself, I've got
And the same with
neuroenhancements.
YouTube, the same with
I'm just
Facebook,
saying the
etc.
choices we do get to make inevitably have consequences.
Yeah. Tell that to the
So
bastard
I
who
just
did
like,
this to me.
okay, if you guys are going to play like that, I'm just going to stay on
You're not
YouTube.
the only person in this place who wants to find him.
And
Can help
here I
in
am.
any way, all you got to do is ask.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now,
You've
You know,
gotta
I
get
don't
the
know why
Typhoon
we
into
started
the
calling them
back.
boomer
Right.
shooters in like the last
See you
2
later,
years.
then.
Like,
Oh,
did
and
everyone
Jensen,
just
the
forget
boss wants
that
a
like
face-to-face debrief in his
from
office once it's
2000 to
Roger that.
2018, we
Good night,
called
Mel.
those Twitch shooters, like Twitchy shooters. But then when Twitch.tv got popular, they changed the name again. Although I will admit that the boomer shooter name is kind of apt in a sense, because again, as I found out the hard way through Doom Eternal, the people who play boomer shooters, while they're not boomers themselves, most of them seem to be Gen X and Gen Z. They have the same like big bravado gusto feel of like a lot of the stereotypical baby boomers. Except as soon as you call them out on something, they become extremely fragile and cagey. Or cagey, I don't know what the right term is.
Don't buy for a second he was with Purity first. I think
And I also couldn't help but notice like the overwhelming, like I guess not the mean, but like the mode figure for like your typical person that was like getting really angry in the Doom Eternal video was like a skinny dude with long hair that seems to think that like dressing like the cartoon characters in Metacalypse was the primo, like the absolute perfect way to show that like you hang tough. Talking about how tough they are. And like be like, oh, you're just all this stuff. I'm going to fight you. It's like, okay. And we keep on coming back to that video, like in these streams. It's just because people,
come to honor us all with
I swear, like that video, like a lot of my videos, like after about a month or so, they drop off. But the Doom Eternal video is the gift that keeps on giving, because I don't think the boomer shooter fans realize that every time they comment, it boosts my search rankings.
The plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the Typhoon yet.
do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job.
Like, I guess part of me is also just like sussing out like what major talking points I'm going to bring up in the Doom Eternal revisitation video. And the major ones I want to talk about is like the Doom Defenders, the fact that the story is genuinely detracting from the game because they keep on shoving it in your face. And I'd be missed because, like, it's something I gotta very carefully talk about because I don't want to accidentally piss off the wrong fan base. But a lot of YouTubers were wined and dined. Or at least what I consider to be whining and dining by id Software. Like, if you have to be flown out to go to a studio, like, that also entails, like, if you're going to be flown out, of course they're going to get you a hotel. And if they're going to get you a hotel, of course they're probably going to have dinner with you. And at that point, like, we've hit whining and dining. And not to mention that, like, these people were playing the game in extremely controlled circumstances, in extremely tailored vertical slices of the game. Like, they weren't allowed to play past the 1 hour mark. And they had devs literally sitting over their shoulder, like, speaking, like, whispering into their ear and stuff. I personally believe that is extremely inappropriate. Like, that is, like, I think it's because, like, my background is, like, my dad, like, when I was growing up, he was in an industry where, like, if you did anything like that, was like the people that he was supposed to be overseeing, like, that's not just you losing your reputation. That's not just you getting fired. That's you becoming a capital F felon.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political
And it's like, I was raised in an environment where, like, you do not get cozy with the people you're supposed to be doing business with. Like, you can stay friendly, but, like, if you go out for dinner with them, you pay your own bill. Or if they take you to a Laker game, you buy all the drinks and you save the receipts to show that, like, hey, this was not them whining and dining me. This was just us talking. Like, this is an even exchange. Nobody is swaying influence over the other. And everything I've seen lately in the last couple of years with the game industry, where people, like, will just get so giddy. I think because, like, especially YouTube gaming is very much enthusiast press, where it's like people that are fans of the subject matter are now being, like, the, like, media of the subject matter. Where is it? Redirect.
And
That's
I
one.
did. The typhoon is safe.
They're so giddy, like, that the people they love that make the thing they love are paying attention to them, that they aren't able to realize that, holy crap, man, if this was any other industry, you'd be, like, being rained down on by the FCC. But because the FCC, like, is still having trouble catching up to new media, as they call it, like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, etc., like, that's an interesting, like, I can't delve into it because I did not finish my legal education, and I know better to give legal advice or make legal opinions, like, publicly. But that is a very interesting legal question that I hope that never gets asked in the court, is what constitutes as payola in a YouTube scene?
Maybe someone else is offering more.
Like, I hope we never have to ask that question in a court, because if somebody goes to court or the DOJ tries to catch somebody for what is considered payola on YouTube, you think adpocalypse is bad? Just you wait till government regulation gets involved.
Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
You got it.
That's exactly it, because what I'm referencing, payola, was like a law established in the 50s to deal with how sleazy the music industry was. So in the event that we ever have to be compared to the music industry, like, if someone in a court of law has to say, hey, is what some of these people are doing payola? We are in deep shit. And thank God nobody takes the gaming press seriously, because if people do start taking, like, things seriously, like, I think it's because, like, right as I was becoming of age and becoming an adult, like, Gamergate was happening. And I'll admit, because I'm brave enough to admit, I was a Gamergate sympathetic at first. Like, I believe that, yeah, there is an issue with how we're handling the press coverage of our games. We need to be more transparent about who is dining with who, and who is giving who gifts, and who hangs out with who on the weekend. But I eventually, after a few months, I backed off because I'm like, wait, you people don't care about ethics in game journalism. This is just the same shit as it always is. Like, that was like when I noticed, why is Anita Sarkeesian involved in this? She had nothing to do with this from the outset, but you guys have dragged her to the center of attention.
Man, what am I doing here?
And that was when I was like, okay, I need to back off from you
Jensen.
people.
Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back.
And for a while, some people noticed like how uncomfortably close like a lot of gaming YouTube is with game developers and publishers. It was Muda from Some Ordinary Gamers and this other guy. I really wish I remembered who he was because he was a genuinely interesting person, and I wish I had subscribed to him when I saw the video. But a couple people came out and said, yeah, like big channels came out and said, yeah, what gaming YouTube is doing right now is extremely sus, and we should probably keep an eye on it because this isn't good. And I felt so vindicated because that was like one of the driving factors, aside from like the anxiety of just being like laid off from my job and all that shit.
What were you thinking?
One of the big things why I was like angry with Doom Eternal was because I especially noticed in the press leading up to release that a lot of big name YouTubers seemed like they were being wined and dined by id, and like that is extremely inappropriate. And I know this is your dream, like to get whisked off to id Software out in Texas to play the Doom game before anyone else, but like you guys, you know that like this is the kind of shit that like gets the FCC and the DOJ on our asses. Let's ask him some details.
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tyndall has on me. It's probably in his
apartment. Oh yeah, that's another thing to give to point out is that in the end, it turned out that the inciting incident of Gamergate was a complete farce. It was just a tall tale told by a jilted lover. And we were very eager and giddy to go in on it because I got a chance to meet a few people from the so-called Glitch Arcade, like at a special event like in LA for Patreon back when I still lived in Southern California. And I know it was only a couple people and they seemed to be like people on the outside of the inner circle, but they were the most insufferable fuckheads I have ever met. And I didn't want anything to do with them after that one like time I met them at this like special event. So I can see why people were so willing to like attack folks like Zoe Quinn and stuff, because like they aren't exactly the most likable people.
Security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the
and
subway station parking lot once you
that
get
doesn't mean that like what happened in Gamergate was justified in any such way, but I can see how it all happened. And I'm really alarmed, especially with like the massive irony about how all this was brought about. Adam Jensen just has a fucking bottle of wine on his desk in public view. This mad lad. That all that pain and all that like careers made him broken, and the fact that a bunch of really sketchy people like Milo Yiannopoulos were suddenly given massive platforms because enemy of my enemy. All that was brought about because we thought that games press was getting way too cozy with game developers and game publishers. And now here we are in 2020, where us, the very people that got upset about that and caused so much damage to so many people because of all these misunderstandings and these perceived wrongs, we're doing the very thing that got us upset in the first place. But Ideal Creation, I don't know who that is, but I know there was like a bunch of people I watched too that I was like, hey, I'm kind of uncomfortable with you doing this.
I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. But this is where.
And yeah, I'd agree with that. Who is it that was saying it? I thoroughly researched. Sentient Owo. That's kind of the thing. It's like, I wish I had done my research better. Because I forget who it was. I think it was. Did my game just crash?
I guess I never thought of it that way.
I think it was the guy that was accused, Patrick. I want to say it was Patrick Klepek, or he had a mohawk at the time, whoever it was, who immediately came out and pointed out to all the people angry, "Hey guys, I didn't even review Depression Quest. It was someone else."
Changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
And like, I guess in a way, where is it? We have to do it, boys. We have to do it.
I never asked for this. They say they saved me, but I'm not sure saved is the right word.
I understand your anger. I wouldn't take too kindly to people making that kind of decision for me, either. But that being said, I, for one, am glad that you're still among
Sorry,
us.
Fluid Extractor. This just,
Yes, of course.
the original
I'm
Deus Ex is kind of fickle on modern systems. And I have enough trouble just getting the stream running, so we're just going to do Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. Because the whole point is, like, I'm trying to get people to finish the stinking Jensen trilogy.
I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more.
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me.
It's like, at least for mine, like, I have the Deus Ex Steam version, and I had to install, like, the fan patcher just to get it running.
You're not the same, Adam. And we've yet to see if it's for better or worse.
And it's just kind of fickle.
You loved me.
I know, I don't think we're going through Gamergate 2 nowadays. I pray to God, like, to whatever entities that we please never have to go through that again,
Never
because
got a chance to investigate the attack myself.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm kind of older now. I'm like in my late 20s. And I remember how ugly things got. And a lot of friendships got ruined. A lot of, like, longtime partnerships were destroyed. A lot of people got dragged through the mud just for trying to take a reasonable stance. And I hope we never do that again. And my hope is that people kind of, like, back off and realize that, yes, it's super cool that your favorite game developer is inviting you out to, like, check out the game before release and make a YouTube video. And that's going to be so great for your channel. But you need to acknowledge that you need to either A, decline that offer outright, or B, only agree to it on strict terms that, like, you get unfettered access, and, like, the devs, like, aren't allowed to talk to you while you're playing, and you're allowed to capture on your own capture device, so, like, you can't have, like, their specific thing. Because it is a genuine, like, conflict of interest. What are these boxes? Oh, these are OGs. It's a genuine conflict of interest to, like, be flown out to a big ritzy studio and, like, to go to a nice hotel and probably have dinner and hang out with the devs for a bit, because, like, if they're going to fly you out, they're going to spend some time with you. We need to acknowledge that that is not okay. All right, we got to go to the limb clinic. But first, I want to... Do I have stuff to sell you? I guess I could sell you... No, I don't really have anything to sell you. You have... I forget if you have mods that early on.
I'm the guy you want to deal with. Everything's on the computer.
This guy!
At your fingertips.
He's illegally selling weapons in an abandoned gas station that's all sketch and stuff, but he's got this nice POS system. Oh, they don't have it yet. Buy these.
Always a pleasure.
And after that, we won't come back till we've got silencers. What is this? Two-step flow. That's interesting. Yeah, those are all good points. That, like, yeah, you're going to be biased by the very fact that they invite you out, no matter what you say. So it's best to just not accept that invite. Like, I'd say the closest you can get to that line before it has to be drawn is, like, if you play something at a con, like in neutral territory, where they can only curate what you see so much. But outside of that, it's like, if you ever, I guess the rule of thumb is, if you have to get flown out and, like, stay at a hotel, you're no longer even a line item on someone's PR campaign. You're an entire account. And that is a very dangerous thing to be, because, like, I think that I hate to be more tinfoil hat about this, but, like, I would not be surprised if, like, the YouTube gaming equivalent of the Panama Papers turns out to be that, like, some disgruntled employee at, say, id Software leaks how much money they have spent on, like, every YouTuber they have worked with. That would be... Oh, God. That would be so bad if, say, a major studio, if some disgruntled employee, like, leaks how much they spend on PR, like, for various, like, channels and so-called influencers. That would be the end of times. Like, even people like me who, like, are so, like, scrupulous about it that we have straight-up anti-sponsorships. Have a nice day, exclamation point guy. This is the first time I've read your name. Uterfson9. But yeah, that would be the straight-up end times. Like that and, like, the FCC, like, getting super involved, not just with undisclosed sponsors, but, like, straight-up,
David Seraph told me you'd be dropping by. I've just been reviewing
like,
the test
undisclosed
results
ads.
we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see no trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
It's been 6 months, Doug. Shouldn't I be under
But mark my
opposition by
words,
now?
that will be the end of so many channels. That will hit people harder than Me Too hit people. That'll hit people harder than, like, the family-friendly content guidelines hit people.
Well, Mr. Seraph did ask me to decide.
Oh, I actually am not looking at my Discord right now. It's up on one of my screens, but I've got it on a tab that's, like, not very active.
To be put into place during your first surgery.
But
All of my implants were switched
where
out.
was I going? Yeah, mark my words. That's going to be the worst thing that happens to gaming YouTube, is if a disgruntled employee leaks out how much money has been spent on each channel during PR campaigns.
Cut to the chase, Doc. What does Seraph want?
He feels that you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis Kits.
You mean I don't have to wait for my augmentations to kick in naturally anymore?
Yeah, Corey Scanlon, I'd agree with that. Like, everyone's biased by their upbringing and their social sphere. But what I'm talking about here is, like, undue bias.
Your particular neuroenhancements would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
Do I want to buy Praxis? I do.
Very well.
Because now I can buy the social augment. And that is, like, the most important thing, because otherwise all the social boss battles are a pain. And then we're going to buy Punch Through Wall. And then after that, we're going to buy Cyber Legs. Because we've got the auto hack devices, which means that, like, if we really need to, we can get to hard to reach places that have high hacking levels. We can hold off for a bit because they put the auto hack devices in game. So for now, it's a matter of making sure we have all our mobility upgrades. And that's the thing, Sentient Owo, is because this is like an enthusiast press,
Are you finished at the
where it's like fans of the subject matter are making like media about the subject matter. A lot of us have no formal journalistic training, like myself included.
If you can't talk your way
And a lot of us don't realize that, like, that entire fact pattern is extremely inappropriate. And I think probably the only reason why I notice it is, again, like my own upbringing, where my father worked in an industry where, like, if you're caught spending too much time with one of the people you're supposed to be regulating, you don't get fired, you go to prison for a very long time. And I think that's my influence, like, again, like your influence is because I lived in that environment where, like, my dad would stress out about people even joking about, oh, I'll get you some Laker tickets for this. To where, like, that colored my thing where, like, you never get too cozy with people you're supposed to be,
Hello there.
overseeing.
Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match.
Oh wow, you've been
We had
here
to
a while,
fetch
Corey.
our ass orders from 3 different
Jeez, what was that,
departments, and pressure from
2017?
so many lobbyists, it felt like being the scrawny new kid in a prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this...
I'd say pre-2017 is pretty much.
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way
I won't be too specific, but my dad worked or actively works in the fuel industry.
To bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
So that's something that is like, although everyone likes to joke about how like people like particularly oil guys pretty much get to do with whatever they want. There's a shitload of regulation involved with anything that makes a car, a plane, or any sort of generator go. There's insane amounts of regulations.
You obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed.
I guess another way to put it, anything that the military might need in a sketchy situation.
I'll have to pay a visit to the local
Anything involved with that gets super duper crazy regulated. It's the last place you want to be cutting corners and like stuff is in a situation like that. I say as like military issue versions of guns are infamous for being really shitty.
And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got
Oh yeah, I keep on meaning to play Brigand Oaxaca, but like I've said the last few streams, I'm kind of waiting because I got a key for Brigand Oaxaca like right after the immersive sim video I did late last year. And I looked at it like, okay, this needs more time in the oven, so I'm gonna wait.
The bulk of the evidence was stashed in the storage locker. Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that.
Yeah, that's the truth in it.
Careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's nothing. And, please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
That's all I need for now.
It's like, because I have like some legal education, like I got my 2-year, my associates in paralegal, and I was originally planning to like get my bachelor's and stuff and go to law school, but shit happens. At least I have the insight into the law that just about every law, no matter how stupid, it's there for a reason, and the reason is usually a dead child. That sounds morbid when you say it, but a lot of time, the reason why laws get made is because corporations can lobby so much and like get so much held back and have so many inspections mysteriously happen to go to people in charge of the company. But, oh, can I get it? Do I need more? I need more. But the second like a child dies from something like that, all bets are off. We're passing a law right now.
Whatever. Gotta pay up the ass for that one.
Yeah, it's very morbid that the only thing that will get like meaningful regulation passed is if a child dies. But that's the truth of it. Like, we don't care if like an adult dies, we don't care if like an immigrant dies, but if a child dies, stop the presses. We have to regulate this right now. And usually the laws are very sloppy because what happens is politicians want to look good in front of their constituents. Like, oh, I'll make sure this never happens to your little Jimmy or Susie. And the laws are sloppily written. This is... Oh, it's a security rating 1. Yeah, we can get this. How do I want to play this? Careful. 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 Crap, I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. Why can't I do it? Disconnect. Like, that's what happened. Like, it's been getting a lot of press lately. Like, one of the podcasts I still listen to was Spectacular Failures covered it. And a few other people covered the Love Canal incident, where they straight up knew that they were building homes and stuff on a toxic waste dump. And nothing happened, despite all the birth defects and all, like, the pain and all the cancer. Nothing happened in that, despite people knowing. Oh, thank you, Spectate. I can make more Dugaritas now. Nothing happened until a child actually died. Everything was denied until they had a dead kid on their hand. And then they passed the law and dealt with it. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh yeah, Sujuin, I don't know if you saw the video, but like, for the cooking segment for the Avengers video, wait, which one? Oh, this is Tyndall's apartment. We made a Dugarita to dull the pain of knowing that Marvel's Avengers canceled new Deus Ex game. What the fuck with this? I'm gonna barricade his own house. Club can't handle me. Anything else I can throw in front of that? Got all this nice stuff and you got this dinky TV. This is why I love immersive sim. You can get away with some real stupid stuff in them. I wonder what happens if I do this. I've never done this before. I don't know about that. I don't know if the curse is real. Like, I don't want to accidentally, like, talk shit on an Untouchable, but I see people making immersive sim videos and then, like, pitching a fit because the video didn't do well and blaming the immersive sim curse. But a lot of folks try to play certain immersive sims like they're, like, straight-up shooter games. And, like, of course that's not going to, like, pique the immersive sim crowd because you're trying to play an immersive sim like a Doom game. Like, my immersive sim videos do fine, especially for, like, the size of the channel I was when I was making a lot of them. So I think it's a matter of having reasonable expectations. And then as far as game development goes, you got to understand that, like, not everything's going to be a huge out-of-the-park thing, and that immersive sims are very much prestige projects, so don't be surprised when, like, they don't make them regularly because they're not moneymakers. They're award winners. Oh, hey, it's the gate code we could have used earlier. Okay, let's see what happens. We've barricaded the door. Oh, this mad lad! Look at this dude! Dude knocked over a fridge! Hey, Twig of Newberry. I like this one better just because, like, this was my first Deus Ex. And by the time I played original Deus Ex, like, the controls were dated for me. So I think that has a factor to do with it. This guy. He just doesn't know. Dude's jonesing for drugs so hard, he knocks over a fridge behind a door. I don't want to kill him. I feel like I should fear and respect this man. Oh, I can't even get out.
Wait a... Who the fuck are you?
Ah, he saw me! He saw me and I missed. That got him. Ow! Ow! You tagged me right in the center mass. Oh, good. I have pills. Dude, that hurt, man. Taking your money. This dude. I think this is also where the other arms dealer is, so let's check that out. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. I just wasted that on a level 1 door. Oh, whatever. I think this is part of a quest line later on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is for the undercover cop quest line. We'll come back later. I saw that meme that someone on Reddit posted an immersive sim flowchart that mentioned Metal Gear Solid 5 as an immersive sim. Only Reddit. Dark Messiah is the ultimate kicking simulator. I love it for that. I forget what's in here, but I'm not going to waste a thing on it. Let's go up to the roof. Exploring. Can't make that jump yet, so we're not. Gotta get on the stick. I have not bothered to play the expansion because I know that it's just more of the parts of it I don't like. I've been meaning to replay Doom and even get good at it because I'm going to make the revisited video where I talk about like where I was wrong, but also where like I turned out to be right. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to Tyndall by the other arms dealer. But I don't think I should buy the DLC because if I already know that the DLC has everything I didn't like about Doom Eternal in it, just more of all that, why would I go through that knowing I'm not going to enjoy it?
What are you doing here?
It's just gonna make me rile up the Doom defenders even more.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm Seraph Industries' chief of security. I'm pretty sure I can find out about an edited security tape, so don't bullshit me.
Ah, shit. Listen, Jensen, I never wanted things to get this bad. I'm not a bad guy. I feel for Corella, I really do. But sometimes, for a good cause, you have to get your hands dirty.
Oh, there's a good cause now?
Oh, I see. You think I'm selling the stuff, right? I understand why this would seem like an obvious motive, especially to an ex-cop.
It's like, especially, I think another thing that really colored my distaste of Doom Eternal is I was expecting something like Dusk, but then I got something like Doom Eternal.
To the people who need it. You think everyone gets augmented by choice?
Dusk is a proper banger of a game, and they're still updating
and then
it.
What? You're saddled with neuropozyne injections for the rest of your life, and that shit costs money. But what choice do you have?
Hey, Meme Expert
Without the
69.
drug, you'll die. Rejection syndrome, crippling pain. That just ain't right.
I had a great time with 40K Mechanicus. That was a good game. It really, ironically, I bought XCOM Chimera Squad, but I never played it because I was too busy playing Mechanicus.
Still blackmail. Corella wants out, and I'm here to make sure he gets out.
Man, this whole thing is becoming way too much trouble. I've even got 2 local pushers on my back because they say my philanthropic actions.
Especially something that's going to be brought up in the video is that the Doom community, like the boomer shooter community, did not look good in that. It's like, I know I was being antagonistic, but at the same time, like a lot of people like were outright refusing to acknowledge like the faults that Doom Eternal had because so many people, you know, I think what it is a lot of people like that's a self-insert power fantasy is being Doom Guy. And if you talk shit about Doom and Doom Guy, you are insulting a part of their personality that they hold very dear. Because I was like that for a while. Like, it was the coolest thing, like pretending to be Doom guy in Doom 2016.
Never bother me again.
But Doom Eternal sullied that. It's like, okay, Doom's story, like 2016, I think the story was perfect because it was there, but it was obvious that like Doom guy did not give a shit. And even in the No Clip documentary, when they talked about how the whole mindset of Doom 2016 story is, they realize that, you know, this is wacky, we know this is wacky, let's just shake hands on it and just be wacky. But then in Doom Eternal, it's like suddenly we must take everything serious. It was like the worst of like the Grimdark era. And it was just, I can't believe I'm unironically saying this word, but parts of it to me were just genuinely cringy. It was like, you've became the very thing you were kind of making fun of. Hey, you're a drug dealer drinking water. I have no qualms with killing drug dealers. Especially ones that are... I didn't mean for that to happen. But it happened. At least they died in each other's arms. Bros for life. No one's even upset that two people died in the street. Because they were drug dealers. They were bad people. And then what I didn't like about like the being forced to improvise, like I've been in games like that, like Deus Ex, perfect example. If you don't know to take certain choices in the game, like during that one boss fight, which we might get to in this, you are screwed. But Doom Eternal, I didn't like it because they weren't forcing you to shake things up. They were forcing you to do things exactly how they wanted you to do them. Do they have any money on these guys? No. Money! So it's like, and especially when they were having all the people that just happened to go visit id Software right before the game came out. They were having all these people saying, oh, it's like a game of chess in every level. No, it's the opposite of a game of chess. Like, I just watched a Frederick Knudsen video on Deep Blue, and I learned in that chess has more permutations in a game of chess than there are atoms in the observable universe. Oh yeah, Observer is on my to-play list for a while. But in Doom Eternal, there is only one way of playing. Like, it's closer to, say, Dance Dance Revolution than it is to chess. Because it's more like you have to follow the pattern. Oh, is that the... Oh, yeah, Super Male Vitality. Guaranteed to increase your redness levels by 200%. I love that when that picture came out, and it's literally Alex Jones being slightly redder than how he was before. Do I want to do anything else? I'm trying to remember where you get the pistol silencer, because otherwise, yeah, I don't know why the Doom or its PR department decided to like lean so hard into that game of chess thing, but it's really obvious they were leaning to it because pretty much everyone that got to play the game in advance was using that line. Except for Russian Badger, who they had like this, oh, you build your Slayer. It's like, no human being that doesn't work in advertising would say that. Although I'm not so mad at him because he didn't like seem to worship the game. He clearly had a good time, and it was right to have a good time. But he wasn't like calling it like the messiah of video games like a lot of other people. Like, I enjoy his content from time to time, even though I'm not even in to, like, I believe he got big doing Rainbow Six Siege. I don't remember where the arms dealer guy was. But, like, there were some people that were, like, calling Doom Eternal the second coming of Christ when it was coming out. And even if you think it's a good game, it's nowhere near perfect. And just circling back, just beating this line of thinking to death. I grew up in a household where it's extremely inappropriate to fraternize with the people you're supposed to be covering. Yeah, I killed some drug dealers for you, bud.
Look, I told you. If you want me to give you that security footage, you're going to have to get those pushers off my ass first.
I love how, like, Alex Jones, like, is always trying to, like, physically fight people, but he gets so red. It's like, if I don't want to fight Alex Jones. I don't want to fight anyone because fighting's bad. But if I had to do it, I just run from him for a bit and wait for him to have a heart attack. Like,
you saved my ass.
You can lift all the weights you want, but cardio is so important.
Listen, Tyndall, I know your heart was in the right place. Augmentations are a complicated issue, and we're still trying
It's like,
to
I know, like, especially after seeing the footage of myself in the Dugarita video, I know I've put back a lot of the weight that I lost last year. Especially since the last 3 months have been kind of rough, like, in the sense of getting the news that we're moving and then having none of my stuff available for a month. That was rough on me. And I admit I did, like, eat my feelings a lot, and I just didn't have access to make more healthy food. And that's entirely on me, but, like, I'm working to fix that. I was in the gym for a while. Oh, is this the guy? He gives me the silencer. Oh, yeah, it's him.
Adam, please. You have to get that security footage
But
back.
COVID started spiking in my area. And after that, I realized, okay, gym's a bad idea.
Right, Jensen.
But I got myself a cute little spin bike, and I've been doing that like an hour a day, 5 days a week. Might even do more.
I got a hold of a weapon mod. It's not much, but I figured a
I
guy
hope I
in your
forgot-
line of work could use it.
Listen, I know you were trying to do a good thing, and I respect that. But you should do it through proper channels.
So I'm just spinning on my bike, trying to keep my cardio up.
You're right, Adam. I know you're right. Listen, thanks again.
That's how we get this. Oh, it's a laser target. You know, that's not bad. I'll take a laser targeting. Our entire build in this is we beef up the pistol. That's why I like Deus Ex, is you can play with the pistol the whole game. I would, but this apartment was like built in the early 60s, and a lot of this is really sketch. I don't trust those door frames. Especially when I'm pushing like 215, 220. It's like, and I think I'd like Doom Eternal a lot better. Like if they like doubled the ammo count, because that's what I liked about Doom 2016 is if you really liked a gun, you could double down on it and you can use your like rune buffs to make it to where you could exclusively play with that gun and do some really wild stuff with that particular weapon. Like that's what I did with the chain gun, is I built all my runes and upgrades around using the chain gun, and I just had a great time. Yeah, basically what I do is I play with pistol, armor piercing, and stealth silenced. And that's everything I need. Is this the one? Security contain.
Oh, please. You can't actually believe that Purity first agreed.
Oh yeah, we're not doing as big numbers as the BioShock streams, but like, we're popping. I'm gonna go over here even though I don't need to, because we're gonna get this done ahead of time. The immersive sims. Call them box moving sims. Hey my guy, I'm just gonna take this box here. You guys aren't using this, right? Yeah, yeah, I do, like, endgame build is pistol, silent sniper, and assault rifle for when things go bad. That's my build. I also keep the tranq gun handy for when, this is Deus Ex Human Revolution, the best of games. because sometimes I don't want to kill people. Like, people just doing their job and stuff, but like, deep state terrorists, I'll kill them all day. Well, that's where things get off the rails, because immersive sims are box moving sims where you move the boxes. But Metal Gear Solid, you're in the box. You're not moving the box. The box is you. If anything, the box is moving you. So MGS5 is only an immersive sim if we're playing by stupid, like, 2010 memes Soviet Russia rules. We did it! Where's the junction? I don't do that again. Crap, did I miss a junction midway through? Oh well. This is why we saved our things, by the way, because we need to hack this, and it's high ranked. Okay, cool. Nobody got sketched out by that. Gotta read all this stuff. Read that one. Need to take that bracelet. And we did it. I know we come back here later. All right, do we want to go in the sewer? We're not ready for a sewer. Oh yeah, the switch was right there, and my stupid brain forgot to hit it because I was so enamored with moving the boxes. Yeah, Lazarus is very much a nod to Alex Jones, and based on how that's all gone down, it's aged poorly. Although I'd love to hear the guy that does the voice of Lazarus doing Eggman's Twitter call out from the Snapcube dubs. That would be... He's got the perfect voice. Oh yeah, I had to reinstall this recently. Can we fix our FOV here? Yeah, video. Play. Dance, please. Oh, it doesn't let me. Oh, we don't want to do that. We want to do that. Oh, it's in gameplay settings? Why would you put it in gameplay settings? Did that apply? Oh yeah, that applied. Yeah, I played Underworld Ascended. It's one of the last games covered in the big immersive sim video. And not gonna lie, it sucked. It was boring. I couldn't play more than 2 hours of it. Everything was dull and slow, and it really didn't help things. But like, there was straight up nobody in the game. What are my objectives currently? Oh yeah, I gotta go talk to my ex's mom. Oh yeah, and I can wait. Don't need to intimidate that one dude? Oh, I'll talk to that one dude just in case. Yeah, I gotta say, I am liking the mood of this stream right now. And this guy just knows straight up to intimidate.
What do you want?
Information.
Then go bother the receptionist, Chrome Boy, instead of wasting my goddamn time.
Not that kind of information.
I'm saying a System Shock 3 because,
And I want a
while there
blue
was
job
that
and
big
a Joe
decree,
5 bar
yeah, I can see your comments, Sam,
keep on drinking.
about how,
Huh?
oh no, we're not
Metalhead?
going to let Tencent do any stuff. Activate pheromones, and we pressure him.
You talk tough, but we both know that's all you can do.
But as I was saying,
down, you're
the
nothing but a
wording
coward.
of it says
trust me.
that
I'm the real thing.
it's social
Don't give me
media.
what I want.
And
I'm gonna
System
beat you
Shock
up.
is a single-player game.
now listen, man,
So,
we
I
obviously
don't think
got
that'll be
off on the wrong
affected, and
foot
also
here,
I don't
right?
know if that's going to hold up in
I don't
court.
want no trouble.
Talk.
Okay, look. I just
So
came
System
in
Shock
one
3 has
morning,
funding, even if
and
it's
there
from
was an
Tencent.
email with my
Whereas
new
I'm pretty
assignment.
sure, like, whatever
Official
funding
business.
Atomic Heart has left
There were also
is probably gone, especially if
specific
they just went and hired Mick
I
Gordon.
had to check
And
out
we,
the lab for footage
if
from an
Atomic Heart was doing well,
They told
we
me to
would have
take
seen
it
a lot
and
more
leave
gameplay
it near
by
a
now.
garbage can somewhere near the lake.
What was on it?
Well, it's not crystal clear, but mainly it shows the boys who attacked Seraph as they were breaching the labs. And it looked like they were bringing something in with them. Impossible to tell what.
Who asked you to do this?
You think I know? Orders are orders around here. They always come from above. And nobody asks questions. You just do what they say, and you hope you don't end up like Secretary.
Yeah, they're
Ash over
shady,
there.
and it's kind of a devil deal. Like, yeah, we're gonna get... wait, what did that add to our objective? And then we talked to this guy, and this is the easiest social boss battle ever. But it's been a while since we saved, so we're gonna save.
Yeah, hang on.
And once we do the boss battle with this guy, we don't have to fight through the police station. We have free reign.
Surprised to see you here.
Yeah, well, I guess you're better at looking out for yourself.
That's the thing. I think Night Dive catches unnecessary flack for like how the System Shock remake is going.
That's it.
When like they machine gun out like
I don't know what's
remastered
going
and
on with that
updated versions of a lot of older
My
games.
orders come from the brass. No one gets in. First thing you say to me after almost 2 years is you want something?
Should I have given you an order? You've always been very good at following
Dude,
those.
Adam, below the belt.
Damn. Where do you get off being so self-righteous? You think I like this? Look at me. From SWAT team commander to a crummy desk sergeant in the 2-bit precinct. I don't need this from you. I get enough of it at home. So either come up with something better than your usual attitude, or you can just forget it, because you came to me.
Yeah, this guy, we just have to tell him it's okay. We just keep on absolving him and he
You're
lets
angry,
us in.
And you've got a right to be. I'm putting you in a bad position, but I have to get inside that morgue. I won't let it get back to you.
I'm always in a bad position. I don't believe this. I just got my life back together and you show up. When's it gonna end? You know the moment I open that door, it's all over, right? I'll be lucky if all that happens is I get fired. Is it really that important?
See, oh yeah, we just keep absolving.
And you're right, it's not my risk to
I
take.
like it passingly,
gonna
but I'm
force
not
you to do
super
anything
into it.
that will
I
hold
enjoyed the
against
Mechanicus game.
And what happened 2 years ago?
I sometimes watch lore videos
know
like
it's killing
the if the Emperor had a
should talk about
text-to-speech
it sometime.
device. But like, I don't own any tabletop stuff, and I kind of like I'm apprehensive about getting into it.
I shot a kid, but he was dead.
No, we have to make this guy feel better about himself because then he lets us in and we don't have to kill
And he
anyone.
could have gone through us like tissue paper with those augments of his. That's why you ran off. You just couldn't take that.
We all make
This is like the
mistakes, Wayne.
easiest social boss battle in the game.
Nobody blames you for it. You have to believe that and forgive yourself, or you'll never put it behind you.
You condescending jackass. I took the blame for what happened, but I don't deserve it. You should have taken that shot. You got the order first. When you refused, that forced me to do it. It's not my fault. You were responsible.
Oh, did they change this? Do we not just absolve him? Because I know usually you just keep on hitting absolve and it works.
Wayne, it was a bad situation. You didn't do anything wrong.
Adam, Thanks. The door's unlocked. I'll tell the guys to let you through. Now, I need to be alone for a while.
Easiest boss fight in the game. But yeah, it's like, I brought it up in the Avengers video because like it should be the same rules as like, yeah, there is so much canon and so much lore that you kind of have to disregard and acknowledge things willy-nilly because otherwise it won't work because there's too much canon and everything gets in the way. We're not using one of our hacking devices. The cat is screaming for food. I'm going to let him stew for a bit, make him want it. Well, that's also just not very nice. Take your bullets. Ebook. Oh, yeah. Reading the smutty romantic novels at work because you're horny. What's the hack rate on this? Okay, we got to be careful. Make sure no one sees us, but we need this. In here for a sec. People get sussed out. Yeah, it probably would be better if what was it? If they had more Avengers to start. And maybe it would have been good if they distanced themselves from the Avengers that we saw in the movies. Because now, like, I did it too. Like, I immediately compared it all. I'm not doing anything sus. Don't look at me. We immediately compared it to the movies and how it felt like a bad knockoff of the movies. Okay, so let's go talk to Adam's mommy first so we can get more praxis.
To access the 2nd Avenue Limb Clinic, found their route blocked by...
Hey, my guy.
In person to offer my deep...
Jensen, I have a message for you from one of your former colleagues.
Oh, and now we're getting rabbit holes for the quest.
Jenny?
For that lady.
She said she could use some help if you can make your way over to Grand River Road.
But we're not going to do that yet because we want to do it right before we go to Hangshaw. Because if we clear that area before we go to Hangshaw, the weapons trafficking quest becomes a cakewalk because everyone there is already dead. Oh yeah, I've played I. I is going to come up eventually on the channel. I just need to find a time. Just because like so much other stuff is happening. And like, again, like what I mentioned like in the video is like, everything has happened to everyone. The point of where literally anyone in the Marvel Universe has been in Avengers at one time.
I've investigated all of Detective Chase's leads. You were right. Something was off with Megan's case.
It's like we could let anyone be an Avenger, not just like, friggin', we could use like Squirrel Girl, who was like the hottest thing ever for like a minute. And all this stuff. I don't know what's happening with like the animated series.
Me and 2 others.
I know that supposedly Milena Van Trub, the AT&T booby lady that everyone's obsessed about, which like just leave the poor girl alone.
Funny thing is,
she was supposed to play Squirrel Girl, which that would have been nice. She would have had like an actual break instead of being like the AT&T or the cell phone girl that everyone's horny for, and she could get like some proper roles under her belt. But that kind of dried up, and I don't know
An officer
what's
assigned to
going
the
on
process
about
has
it.
to get rid of a major piece of
Yeah,
evidence.
like Ironclad's saying,
Footage from
for
one
a
of our
brief period of time,
telecams
Dr.
shows
Octopus
the
was an
attackers bringing
Avenger.
Something inside the labs.
What? What were they bringing in?
I don't know. But for someone higher up to want that evidence gone, it must have been important. I got my hand on a test report that confirms what was bothering Chase. The attackers used excessive measures to make bodies.
And then speaking of that, like one of the videos I'm gonna do, just because
What do you
it'll get a shitload of views, is I'm going to do like a tier list, like ranking and reviewing all the Fallout DLCs. And something that I just, since we're talking so much Warhammer, that I want to bring up is I'm so bummed there is no mod that lets you that lets you just straight up make a dreadnought in Automatron, because like by the time I got to Nuka World, I was in like top tier Enclave power armor, and I had turned Ada into a literal killdozer.
No, I'm sorry.
With a heavy flamer.
Things for sure.
At this point, it's like, you know what? I am basically just a post-apocalyptic space marine rolling around with my own personal dreadnought.
Who wanted to erase
So
that might have made the
why am I not
investigation
able to
linger.
mod? I don't know. I'll have to do the video.
I'm sorry, Cassandra.
Because I like Dead Monty,
wish I had more
but
tangible answers to give you.
after replaying it recently, I have
But
to
I
admit
just
it
don't
kind
want
of falls
something I
apart
should
towards the
have.
middle end.
I found Megan's bracelet. I'm sure she'd want you to have it.
But it ends super strong, so a lot of us forgot about that.
Kind of you. Her grandmother gave it to her. She loved that bracelet very much. Thank you for all you did. And
It's like the most, I went onto Nexus Mods looking for something like that, but the most I found is like somebody spliced a bunch of Dawn of War 2 Titan sound lines
I read the
into getting in and out of your power armor.
didn't
Yeah,
suffer
Far Harbor
I can promise
slaps.
you
That one was great.
Thank you, Adam.
Like, if I had to pick a personal top 3 right now,
still brings me
it
some
would be in no
I miss
particular
her
order, because they're all nice for different reasons. Old World Blues, Far Harbor, and then just to pick something out of Fallout 3, I'd say, fuck it, I'm going to go with The Pit, just because The Pit didn't have the same issues that Point Lookout had with like level creep, where like all the hillbillies with crappy shotguns took out 2/3 of your health, despite the fact that like you were in fully geared power armor.
But please, be careful. It's strange. I thought knowing what really happened would make me feel better. But nothing will ever just.
Yeah, Old World's Blues is amazing. Old World's Blues could have been its own game in its own right.
Get her back. I wish I could be sure she gets justice.
I think the real battle is going to be what's the worst Fallout DLC, because all the Fallout games have bad DLC. I have. I actually, Gaffer King personally sent me a key, which was really cool. He's a nice guy, which I try to keep myself distanced, because the very thing I like ranted about for half an hour, I need to avoid. Where like, it's already feeling kind of odd that he gave me a key. But probably what I'm going to do is, since I like the game before I got in touch with Staffer King.
Hey, Jensen.
And this was nice. Is probably for the Gloomwood video, I'm going to wait for it to come out. I'm just going to buy 10 copies of the game and give them away. And that way, like, I actually did pay for this game. I paid for it 10 times over. Maybe that's overcompensating. But, what is it? Like, I like the guy, but I know at least until I'm done with the video, I can't get too close because I don't want to unduly influence myself. Yeah, they are. Ruffle John, what I do, because I'm too lazy to set up a proper playlist, is I post them over on my Patreon during the weekly update posts as free to everyone. And that's where they are. I might work on getting a playlist going, but I had an issue with how, for some reason, I tried to put up a playlist of previously released streams, like on my channel, because you can do that, where like it just automatically generates a playlist of stream VODs for you, but because I've got my VODs as unlisted, because I don't want them cluttering up my YouTube feed, they don't appear in a playlist. And making a second channel just isn't worth it at this point because I wouldn't be able to monetize it. So the best thing I can do is just like I post them somewhere else where it's freely available. I also post them like in the Discord and stuff. So like they're available in multiple places. Just I really wish there was a better
About
scenario.
time. You the home sec guy I was ordered to wait for? Tell Manderley I didn't get the memo until I was halfway through the office.
Oh, name drop.
By then, it was too late to close him up again.
Right. So you recovered the neural hub?
Tricky bit of work that was. A few inches lower and the bullet would have fried more than just the pedal connectors. As it is, I can't guarantee you'll get anything useful out of it, other than the fact that it's been modified.
Modified? With what?
Some kind of wet drive. But hey, I didn't look. Ultraviolet
I like
means
Fallout
ultraviolet.
4, but
And
I
how
like it for
touchy you
different
guys
reasons
get
than
when
I
it
like
comes to
3 in
matters
New
of
Vegas.
National security.
It's like I think that's a big hurdle that
It's all
people
yours.
have is like
The hub's been detached,
they
but I
have
left it
trouble
in the
wrapping
store
their
as
heads
ordered.
out of around the
Well,
idea that
I got paperwork.
even though they're part of the same franchise, they're different games with different MOs and stuff.
Boss, I got the neural hub.
And
Looks
if
it's been
anything,
modified
like
with some kind of wet drive.
my own video
Push it
did
out
good
okay.
on
No,
the Outer
don't bring it
Worlds,
here.
but
Frank's not finished running his diagnostic.
like
and I don't want to
you
risk
think
connecting
you
any
want the
tech
same
to our
thing over and
networks
over
till it's
again,
done.
but when you get that, you
Especially
realize,
protecting the
oh,
military. So what am I gonna do?
we've moved on from that point,
I'll have Frank
and
contact you
we
there.
need something new now. And yeah, well, the crafting system wasn't for everyone, and we have to admit it was primarily in there because Minecraft was the hottest thing. We have to acknowledge that, like, it worked for Fallout 4. Wait, why am I here? I want to be here. I want to go here. And I also get the vibe from some people that, like, hate on, say, Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. But, like, they're doing it because I think it's just a New Vegas thing where in order to show how much you love New Vegas, you must constantly trash the other Fallout games.
What's up?
Like, of all, like, the people I've dealt with, like, shitty fandoms, like, all the crap Doom has sent me, all the crap the people that actually like Bioshock Infinite sent me, Fallout New Vegas fans are the worst. Like, they're toothless, but they're really annoying. I felt that base building worked because it gave you something to do when you ran out of, like, areas to explore. It also gave you a steady resource stream because, especially once you were able to start building vendors, like, your cap and ammo supply is no longer a concern. Because, like, you just come back every couple days, like, after you build a full suite of merchants at a base, and you've got 1,000 caps, and you have a place where you know you're going to be able to vendor trash all of the weapons you've picked up along the way and pick up all the ammo you could possibly need. And that's, like, the best thing. Because before in other Fallout games, you had to, like, run around back and forth to a bunch of various cities looking for enough people to, like, buy all your stuff off you and hoping they had the right ammo.
You can access my
But now
personal
you can make
computer.
that stuff. Like, I just have, like, one of each vendor in the castle, and that's all I need.
Mr. Jensen.
I'm building it up in Sanctuary. But yeah, after this, I think we're gonna call it a break because I got stuff to do. So let's start the next chapter of the story. Yep. All right.
Adam, it's David.
Let me guess. You're sending me to Highland Park.
Not just yet. Frank's figured out why the network's been compromised.
This where I get my silencer?
Persistent transmission coming from Derelict Row.
Street gang territory.
Well, our
I should
dead
let that
friend
go.
was posing as
Oh,
an
armor
anti-dog.
piercing.
Who better to hide with than the D-Row ballers?
Right. I'm on my way.
Ah, crap. I've got to manage inventory. You know what? I'll do this later. we're going to save and call it a wrap because we've been going for over 2.5 hours now. I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time. Chat was great today. I hesitate to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because some of you are cool enough to where you might actually get along in the Discord. I hate to bring it up, but the last few weeks we have had problems with people coming in the Discord from the stream and just not like blending in, like I guess for lack of a better term, harshing the mellow. But this time around, I don't know. Streaming Deus Ex, it seems good. So as long as nobody fucks it up, I just posted that in chat because like most of the time, like people don't see the description of the streams. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for coming by. I had a good time. And I'll see you tomorrow when we start streaming.